Learning hurts. It hurts because we confront our own ignorance, lack of knowledge, and limitations. When we face our own lack of knowledge, we are led to reflect on our impossibilities. I understand it as very good when a person comes to the conclusion that they are limited, that they cannot know everything or even master all knowledge, as postmodern society makes us think. When we realize that ignorance constitutes us, no matter how much we study, read, inform ourselves, or update ourselves, we can tread the path of humility and discover that it is not enough to accumulate knowledge and information. It is necessary to give it a social, historical, cultural, or personal purpose. And beyond that, it is necessary to transform information and knowledge into wisdom and into know-how. This seems to me to be one of the great difficulties of contemporary man, choosing knowledge, know-how, and wisdom. There is a prevailing understanding that it is enough to go to Google to find all the information we need. A grave mistake. Not all knowledge is available on Google, since we live in a capitalist, class-based, globalized, and neoliberal society. And in a society with these characteristics, the American multinational company founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin, Google, makes available whatever it wants if it wants, and to whomever it wants. Building knowledge is not an easy task, as it requires reading, critical thinking about what has been read, discussion, interpretations, and analysis that go beyond the obviousness of meaning. All these actions are refined and highly sophisticated, and should be worked on from early childhood education, from the tender age of the individual, and perfected throughout their life. Building the ability to read and critically analyze a text, to analyze it in depth, to reflect on the flood of news and information that is dumped on our timelines, in the leaflets handed to us when we stop at a traffic light, on TV, on the radio, requires taking a stand, in the sense that the individual separates what is worth reading, listening to, and internalizing from what can be disregarded. The problem is that, because we are all, without distinction, ideologically captured, we often treat as essential what is secondary, peripheral, and negligible. This learning is also painful because it requires reading, interpretation, critical thinking, and the ability to separate the wheat from the chaff, and often to demonstrate or make it seem that we know everything. We reproduce information, comments, analysis, and posts that add nothing, contribute nothing, and transform nothing. Acquiring wisdom hurts even more. It is in fact a deep pain that affects our soul and the most hidden space of our heart. This is because wisdom doesn't come only from books, educational attainment, or accumulated titles. Of course, all these factors help and promote highly literate individuals, but they are not enough. Wisdom comes from our sensitivity to the daily problems that challenge us, learning from them. Wisdom comes from the reinterpretations we make of our pains, anxieties, complaints, and problems. Wisdom comes when we realize that we are made up of many, many individuals who surround us in the present, who came before us, and also those with whom we have no friendship or relationship whatsoever. Wisdom stems from the awareness that our pains, difficulties, and desires are not unique. There are more than 7 billion inhabitants on planet Earth. We are not alone. Let us look at others. Let us look back. This learning is also painful, but beautiful, because it enriches us and makes us better, wiser human beings. Finally, it is pertinent to highlight that the word wisdom comes from the Old English word wisdom, formed by combining wis, which means wise, knowing, and the suffix dom, judgment, status, or condition. Literally, it means the condition of being wise or wise judgment. Learning hurts, but it is also a beautiful, poetic, political process that can elevate us, make us grow, and encourage us to humbly seek wisdom. I sincerely hope that our schools will prepare students to become well-informed individuals, capable of accumulating a great deal of knowledge and, above all, wise. Perhaps these young people will be able to help build a less violent and more humane society.